Happy Thursday, frugal friends. I am Julie, and I am under the weather and have been since Monday. No, it is not that. I get sick, at least every 2 to 3 weeks during fall and winter, spring too, usually. I just have a very poor immune system for lots of reasons. Anyway, but here I am. Here I am. This is not going to be a full hour. I am quite certain of that. I've done everything I can to get myself woken up and as spry as possible. Hello, Jenny, my love. Took all my Dayquil and my echinacea, had some Diet Coke, and then now some coffee so that we could stay on track for today's live stream. But with all that in mind, being realistic and listening to this crunchy old body, I can assure you this will not be a full hour, but I will not leave you hanging, of course. Hello, Juana, welcome. So if it cuts out on us, which it is likely to do, hello, Samantha, hello, Jennifer. Please come back. I will not leave without saying goodbye. Hi, Bonnie. So yes, I have been in bed until now. Crystal, hello, my darling. I have been in bed for 3 days straight, going out of my mind, out of my mind. But now I am upstairs, and though all my body wants is to go back to bed, I'm not doing it. Hi, Shelly. Even when we're done here, I am not going back to my bed. Mentally, I cannot handle going back to bed. Hello, Phyllis. Oh, that kicked us off quick. As I was saying earlier, I probably will not manage a full hour today, but knowing our Wi-Fi, especially when using this channel, it will kick us off, but I will not leave you without saying goodbye first. So if it does that again, which is very likely, please come back. Please come back. Hello, Julie N. Hello, Crystal, diving with R5. Welcome. Shelly, I'm working on it, my darling. I'm working on it. When I said that I was not going to do a full hour, I did at least mean to do a little bit. Good grief. Well, that's YouTube and our internet for you. So I don't know what to tell you. Hello, Laura. Welcome. Hello, Lisa. Yes, Crystal, we can count all the glitches if you would like. That's fine. Let's see if we hit a record today. Probably not, because no, I am not planning to do a full hour, but I did want to stay consistent. That's something I really want to do through the rest of this year. And of course, thereafter, stay consistent with our Thursday live streams, however they turn out, whatever is going on. I would like to have that be something that we really stick to. I noticed, or I have noticed with some of the people that I watch, I really look forward to that kind of schedule, you know? Even if I don't end up watching those live streams, I like knowing that the next day I can watch the rebroadcast of those live streams of people that I watch. And I really appreciate how they are very professional about it and they stick to a schedule. And I feel like we've done well with that with other things, like with our Sunday dumpster diving and stuff like that. We're pretty consistent unless we're out of town. So I really want to, whatever the circumstance, even if I can't put in a full hour, I want to stay consistent with the Thursday live streams as much as I'm able to, whatever I'm able to, as we are doing right here, right now. Sometimes they'll be a little modified and they're almost always guaranteed to be glitchy, but at least there'll be something that you can count on because, well, and that I can count on. And it really was helpful today to know that I was doing this, which helped me drag myself out of bed. And it was necessary. It was absolutely necessary. I was going nuts being in bed. You guys know I am not the kind of person that can just sit or lay there, or I even go crazy like in movie theaters, back when we could go to movie theaters, just sitting and watching a movie and not like being able to fold laundry at the same time. So imagine me stuck in bed for 3 days. No, this is not COVID or anything like that. I get sick. I can still taste everything just fine and smell everything just fine. I know that's not a guarantee, but anyway, I do get sick every 2 to 3 weeks throughout fall and winter. And because I was on immunosuppressants for several years, when I get sick, I get hit hard. And this is just part of me. If you've been with us for a long time, then you'll know that this is just par for the course throughout fall and winter and sometimes spring. And we will get through it. And I'm doing absolutely everything that I can. And as Crystal is always reminding me, I do push way too hard. I push my body and my mind way too hard most of the time. And for sure, that's part of, look at me, Crystal, I'm admitting something here. That is for sure part of why I do get so sick when I get sick. But I also, is in big part just because I have a very poor immune system, thanks to having been on immunosuppressants for so long. Why was I on those for so long? If you don't happen to know, it's because I have a severe allergic response problem where I get allergic to everything very, very easily. And so we went through years of that to try and suppress suppress that response. So not on those anymore, but unfortunately there's still damage there. So that's what's going on. It is not the big C, please. I know you can't even, who was I joking with about this in the comments? Somebody. Anyway, or what was it, Cynthia? I think it was Cynthia, about how you can't even have allergies, which I have horrific allergies. You can't have those right now without people giving you the side eye, one sneeze, one cough, and it's, oh no, which, I mean, not to invalidate the current pandemic in the world, because it is a situation, but for me, it's like, guys, there's still people like me that we just get sick all the time, and we're not gonna, I mean, we might get you sick because, I mean, we are, contagious with whatever cold or whatever we have, but I almost guarantee you will not get as sick with it as I get with it because I do have asthma and I do have a very poor immune system. It's just one of those, so you should isolate anyway when you're sick, which in America we're not used to doing. But but I'm forced to isolate because I don't want people looking at me. Yes, Diane with the stink eye, Oh, but also, a good thing about this, yes, Crystal, is that it forces me to slow down and to take it easy and to let my body rest. But it is absolutely frustrating for many reasons. Let me see. Kat understands. Yeah, you get the side eye. Kat, no, I am not Superwoman, but maybe Wonder Woman. Did you see the little car decal that I found during this last weekend's freaking amazing dumpster diving? Yeah, it was out on the ground. I haven't put it on my car yet. That is one of the 500 things I have not gotten done while I've been laying in bed. I haven't even unloaded the van from this week's dumpster diving, though the kids have been sneaking in and getting snacks for their lunches. I still have not put away Halloween. I took it down, before we went to Disney, but I haven't put any of that away. James and the kids, bless their hearts, have been mostly keeping the house together. But while I had a little burst of energy this morning after the first Diet Coke and the Dayquil kicked in, I did get a little bit of tidying done, but then I was like, I'm ready to go back to bed right now, and I still have a live stream to do. So it's, and then I have 900 videos that I'm working on for this channel and the family vlog and my grown-up channel. And slowly, a little bit of that is getting done. I've got some repairs that I'm doing on some things we recently found. Stay tuned for that. One of them, it's actually right here next to me, kind of drying. It's probably done drying by now. But when I get sick like this, like it or not, and I do not like it, I can't do anything. I just cannot do a damn thing but lay there. Or when I have to pee, that's the one thing I absolutely can do. Even eating, it's that would take so much effort. Anyway, gratefully, luckily, my amazing husband has been making coffee every morning. And so I at least have that to to look forward to and get excited about. Oh, I am rambling and I am all over the place. And that's just, I have a fever. I've had a nonstop fever since Sunday night, I think it was, and we have not gone below 100 degrees Fahrenheit since then. So, and right now I'm at about 102, and I'm doing my best to control it without trying to get rid of it, because I know your body produces a fever for a reason, and it actually does help you in some ways as long as you don't let it get too high. But yeah, I'm at about 102 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So please bear with me as my brain is on like autopilot and swerving and swaying back and forth. At least I'm not driving. But that's what this live stream is basically going to be. I had other things I want to talk about, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about that, or maybe that'll have to wait for like a recorded video. That's what this is today. If you can stand that, and if you can bear with that, then I'm so happy to have you here. So happy. Because this is what you're getting today. That is what this is. I am going to Rose, but as I was saying in the beginning of this, my love, I have to be consistent. I have to be consistent with my live stream schedule. It's, I just have to, not just to feel more professional about what I do, but also to help myself, have something to look forward to and to put on a bra for, and to remind myself to brush my teeth. And literally, seriously, for my own mental health, because when you're stuck in bed, especially a person like me, for like 3 days, it really wears on you mentally and emotionally. And I'm very easily prone to depression. And so I can't just stay there. And even though my body is not up to, me doing the stuff that I would like to do right now, even doing this and getting to talk with you guys and, to put on a bra, stuff like that, it makes a world of difference. Like, you guys are my medicine at this moment. You are my medicine at this moment. Kat understands. Thank you, Kat. So James is home this week, which has been amazing. Hallelujah. Hello, Lightning. You like my earrings, Lightning? Lightning's here for the Disney. I understand Lightning. But so James has been home this week, which has just been amazing. So wonderful. And he's been helping, make sure the kids get where they need to go, and helping Olivia with her school, because she does homeschool. But there are some things that are not in his kind of milieu, that are things that are my skills, English and math, stuff like that. And we're at the point now, to like the end of the term or half term, or I don't know what, where Olivia needs help with the math and the English. And I was going to have to get out of bed, because we're at the deadline. I was going to have to get up and help her with that, whether I was with you guys or not. Yeah. So it all, it is the insanity that is my beautiful little life. And we're just doing the best that we can. And really, you are my medicine right now. You guys, and this big cup of fabulous coffee that is, of course, from the dumpsters. Not the cup. The cup is from Lagoon. So thank you for being part of my medicinal regimen today. Speaking of Disney, because that always helps me feel a little bit better. Lightning, if you don't follow, I don't know if you do or not, Lightning McQueen, if you don't follow our family vlog channel, you really should, because I am doing a lot of frugal living Disney related content over there. I have several videos lined up. I have a lot of people ask me, all kinds of different questions, but if I'm so frugal, why do I do things like Disney? Why? Someone asked why I am doing the keto plan if I'm so frugal. Well, it's for the same reason that we just re-enrolled in our insurance and got the top level plan, even though it's more expensive. And yet we drive a van that's paid for, but is 16 years old and on its last legs. It's called prioritizing. We all have things that we love and that we're passionate about, and living our frugal life is what makes those things possible. For instance, my husband's getting ready to go on a mountain biking adventure here soon. And before, you know, the snow all hits and all of that. And I don't know how much you know about top of the line bikes. They're very expensive, and everything involved with them is very expensive. Not like motorbikes, like mountain bikes and road bikes. Those are his priorities. But he still has an old car, and I still have an old car, and we have a small home that does the job for us mostly. And we dumpster dive, and we save and salvage, and we spend as little as possible on things that don't really matter to us, so that we can make these other things happen, embrace these other passions. But, and this is something I'm going to really be focusing on, well, that I am working on focusing on the family vlog channel, since it's mostly going to be about our traveling and our adventures and stuff like that. Even though those are our priorities as far as our passions and what we're willing to spend money on, we still don't want to go crazy on that. We still look for bargains and deals and ways to save money while still embracing those. The video, I think I put it up this morning. See, this morning is kind of a blur, but of like algebra and coffee. But the video I put up, the 17th, Julie Ann, I got home the 10th. But souvenirs, you guys know, most of you know, I mean, look at this, what I'm wearing, this sweater, this shirt, and this scarf. Oh, and this hair clip are all from the dumpsters. They're literally all from the dumpsters. I don't like buying things. Now, every now and then I do, but luckily the dumpsters provide a lot of the things that we need, or make those things possible. Excuse me. But we're more about experiences and memories, or trying new foods, or whatever. And so my video this morning was about the souvenirs that we chose to get, and how we found the best value that we could, so that we would bring home a little treasure, something to remember, you know, the adventure, but and so that, you know, the other kids would have something. But more than bringing something like fancy gifts home for them for this little tiny house that we live in, I would prefer to put that money towards taking the other kids on their own adventures. That's kind of how we live our lives. And so while we were in Disney World, and when we go again, yes, February with my sister for Valentine's. Yes, I am planning that. Absolutely. Oh, Shelly, I'm so glad you like those teacups. And thank you, Carol, for buying those for us. But yes, I am focusing on ways that we can save money while on these adventures that my husband goes on, which tend to be more of the, you know, mountain biking or hiking or camping and those kinds of things. And then the kids and I, where it's, you know, theme parks and roller coasters and stuff like that. We each have our passions. Olivia has her passions. The kids have their passions. And most of them are pretty expensive. But we're always looking for ways that we can stretch our dollars, still embrace our passions, but find the best value. So that's what the video this morning was about, was find what?
So I'm using the hand mixer.
Okay.
And I was wondering if it's too loud.
Probably. Yeah.
Because I'm mixing egg whites.
Yeah, it probably is. Whip them by hand. Olivia's in there mixing egg whites. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So looking for value souvenirs. Now, when I say value, you have to keep in mind the context and the situation. What would be a value price if I was at the dollar store is not the same thing as a value price at Disneyland or any other theme park, or if you were going to Europe, or if you were, you know, whatever. Okay. It's a different, do the kids get tired of Disney, Barbara? No, they don't. No. No. And they don't live 100% in Disney. I do. Actually, I don't even, like, this morning, I'm reading It again by Stephen King. So, you know, everyone has their own passions. Olivia's in there cooking and, making macaroons, and Mariah has her American Girl stuff out here, and Reagan got some new dragon books. So no, everybody has, their own passions. James is getting stuff ready for his next mountain biking trip. We don't swim in Disney all the time. It's always in my heart, you know? Yeah, us Disney fans, Shelly, we don't ever get tired of it, but it has its time and its place. It's always in my heart, but we have other things going on in our lives. A million other things going on in our lives. It just is that Disney is one of those things that brings me so much happiness that it's easy to share and be upbeat and positive and happy. Whereas if I'm sharing how I clean toilets, it always comes back to toilets and scrub floors and, we mow lawns. That doesn't bring all that same joy. And I don't have that same passion to share about mowing lawns as I do about Disney. I hope that makes sense. One of these other videos that this series that I'm working on, I'm just going to kind of spitball with you for a minute, and then we're going to move on to something else. But see, just being with you guys, I already feel so much more energy and so much better. So thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here, whether in the live stream or on the rebroadcast. This is helping me. Yes, I will probably end up taking a nap after this, but thank you. Just thank you for being here. But anyway, the series that I'm working on is, yes, I'm a Disney addict, but, and some of the videos that I'm working on, was working on and will be working on are, yes, I'm a Disney addict, but Disney is crazy overpriced. Yes, I'm a Disney addict, but not all foods at Disney are magical or worth your money. Yes, I'm a Disney addict, but no, it's not worth staying on property at Disney World, at least not in 2020, and not at a budget-priced resort. Yes, I'm a Disney addict, but no, they never should have tried to copyright Dia de los Muertos. So this, I'm really excited. I am. I'm pretty excited just to kind of have this spin right now, where I acknowledge that, yes, I absolutely am a Disney addict and a diehard, but I'm also a frugal person, a dumpster diver, someone who wants the best value that I can possibly get for my money. And I will be the first to admit that Disney, unless you're obsessed and addicted like me, is not the best value for your money. If you don't get the magic from it that some of us do, then no, it's not worth thousands of dollars. It's not. And even if you do get the magic from it, you can get it and pay less. You don't have to pay the premium prices to still get the magic. It's just not worth it. So a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I'm really interested to see how it comes across to the Disney community, because it will be a very brutally honest approach, coming from someone who's always looking for value, always looking for a bargain, who's wearing clothes out of the dumpster, but still able to find the magic, but to call it for what it is. There are things at Disney that suck. Okay? There are things in Disney parks that suck. There is merchandise that is crap. But there's also so much magic and so much wonder, and I'm gonna try to find a fun balance between the two. So stay tuned. Yeah, the ramen, Judy. Oh my Lord, poor Olivia with that nasty ramen. I didn't taste it. I had no desire to taste it. But not even just that. The crepe that we paid like $7 for, that was not good. It wasn't good. So anyway, I'm excited. I've got a lot of, while I was in bed, I did write up some scripts as I was able to, and did what I could, to do some planning while I had to lay there anyway. So stay tuned. It's going to be, now all of this knowing that I'm also simultaneously planning to go to Disney World again in February with my sister. Okay. So yes, I am 100% an addict. It is a huge motivator in my life. It keeps me living the frugal life instead of running out and getting a new car, which I would really like to do. Having these motivations actually helps me stay with my frugal living plans. Yeah. Yeah. So funny how that all works out. The other thing that I do want to talk about, and I had thought I would make a recorded video, but I just don't see that happening. Laura, I've been in bed for 3 days, and during those 3 days, I've been awake for maybe like 3 hours. No, I'm not kidding. I get up to pee, I'll eat something, maybe, drink something, maybe, and then I'm asleep again. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm right now at this moment, I'm at a temperature of about 102 Fahrenheit. So I'll get to that and many other things when I do. My priority after this is helping Olivia with the rest of her algebra. And then I'm done. For today, I'm done. Done. We're going on. Yeah, it's you got to bear with me, Laura, my love, but you know that by now. No, we're going on copious amounts of caffeine and Dayquil and echinacea right now. That's yes, and sheer stubborn determination. But the other thing, okay, so I wanted to do a video about this because it's a timely topic that we need to address pretty quickly. I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing a recorded video, so we'll discuss it at least briefly here. I got an email and it threw me for a loop. And maybe this is no surprise at all to you guys, but it was to me. Oh my goodness. Did you know that credit unions and banks and credit cards, they all offer Black Friday deals? Now you're sitting there wondering, where is she going with this? You tell me. The first thought that came to my mind was, that's gross. That is so predatory, especially in the year 2020 when people are desperate and people are struggling. And there's, massive layoffs and, unemployment about to run out and, health problems galore and a pandemic and everything. They're offering Black Friday deals on loans and credit extensions and whatever else. So my first thought, predatory. Then my other thought was, well, okay, try to be fair, which I try to be. And so I have kind of sussed this over as I've been able to before presenting it to you. I did think of the other way. Now, if I was in a desperate situation and had no access to money, excuse me, that would come in really handy, and I'd probably be pretty grateful to have access to an extra line of credit at a reasonable price or a loan for this, that, and the other. But the way that I've seen them presented, and in moments of coherency, I did start looking them up a little bit, and they're not, at least in what I've seen, and I still need to do more research, but at least in what I've seen, they haven't been presented as an emergency kind of thing. It's been more towards financing Christmas and getting that extra something that you deserve or whatever, not towards, oh my Lord, we've got medical bills and so-and-so's out of work and the car needs this, and let's help tide you over with a Black Friday deal to get you through till whenever this comes due and hopefully things look brighter. No, it's targeting with the idea that this is any other year, which it's not, but that this is any other year when you would put that towards a new PlayStation for your kids, which maybe you would, and I'm not your judge, okay? But it just seemed to me incredibly in poor taste or at worst predatory to be marketing these kinds of Black Friday financing options to people under the guise of having money to shop. It just seems to me that that's wrong. I don't know. Please tell me your thoughts, whether in the live stream or on the rebroadcast. And have you gotten emails or seen things on Facebook or whatever where they are kind of marketing it as a safety net, as emergency spending? If so, please tell me, because I want to have a fair and balanced approach to this, not just my initial knee-jerk reaction. But I haven't seen any like that. I've just seen it as, excuse me, let's fulfill, your Christmas wishes. Excuse me, geez. Which I've admitted I am planning another Disney World thing, but I also am driving my car into the ground and doing many other very, very frugal, if not extremely frugal things to make that possible. So, but there are people, so many people left and right, that are in situations where it's, I don't know if I can pay my rent. I don't know if if my kids are going to get anything for Christmas other than a hug, So to me, it just seems tacky. It just seems tacky. Now, have there been times in my life, yeah, and I'm with you right there, Diane. That can be another of, that can be another of my I'm a Disney addict, but kind of videos, because that's insanity, right? People should not be taking out lines of credit for these insane things when they can't even, if they're not even sure if they can pay their rent the next month. So again, I'm no one's judge on your spending or what what things are priorities to you, because my priorities make no sense to the majority of the population. Okay, I absolutely understand that. And if it is a necessary priority for your family to have something that other people would think is completely frivolous and silly, then you need to do you, and you know your family best, and you know what your family needs. And so you do what you need to do, however you need to do that. That's legal, hopefully. I know I have been in plenty of situations in my life where I have taken advantage of, 0% interest for 6 months, or 0% interest for a year, or, only pay this much to transfer this to that, and whatever, get $500 for signing up for this. I've done that a million times when I had to in my life. So it's a tricky, thing. Yeah, Judy, she says, that's the kind of loans needed to help with credit cards, debt mortgages. 0 APR would be nice and is not being offered. And that is the thing. That's what I'm saying, is that normally, at this time of year, having that kind of still predatory marketing, where it's, oh, give your kids the Christmas that you really want them to have, or get yourself the new this, that, or the other that you deserve. That's still gross, and it's still icky. And I've always thought that kind of marketing was icky. Okay? Always have. But this year, it's beyond that to me. And yes, even Disney. And I'm absolutely going to use that in a video. I'm so stealing that and using it in a video, because that's a good one. You can love something and enjoy it and still see the dark side of it. Same with people. You can love someone and appreciate the good things about them, and also see that they're not perfect and that there's things bad about them. It can be that way with any of the people in your life, or the passions in your life, or the companies that you support. There's always a shady side to everything, there's always a shady side. Me especially. There's absolutely a shady side. I'm not 100% sure what that is right now, but there's a dark side. There's bodies buried somewhere. Anyway, so that's probably all we'll touch on. Yeah, Diane, I'm totally going to, because it's perfect, and I will credit you for it. But anyway, things like that. So then that brings up one other thing, and then yes, Crystal, I am probably going to call it, but one other thing. And I've been struggling. Oh yeah, Judy, you saw that live stream. Oh God, I went crazy confronting the hacker, this most recent hacker, during a live stream when I was on our other channel while we were getting this one back. You got to see the other side of me there. Woo! Yeah, I can go from 0 to insane pretty quickly. But anyway, this other thing that I do want to talk about, but I've been a little torn on how to approach it. So, as a reseller, which I am and have been for a long time, this is the ideal time to sell stuff. Not everything can be sold right now, but people are more willing to spend money right now to buy those things. But then look at the point I was just making. It is such a tricky, I don't know, because I've been wanting to talk about it in a video, but then I'm like, how do I balance that fairly? How do I address that and share some knowledge and some tips, but without looking like a total hypocrite? That's tricky because if you are someone that saves and salvage with the purpose of reselling, this is the time to resell it. You've got to make your money and pay your own bills. And if there are people who are willing to spend the money to buy what it is that you salvaged and are now selling, you know, I say go for it. But then on the flip side, I'm telling people, you're wanting to tell people, be careful. Make sure you've got your buffer. Make sure you've got your rainy day funds set aside, because we don't know what's coming next. We have no idea what's coming next. It's such a tricky, okay, Shelly, I like that. Yeah, if it is what you do for a living, you're right. You're right. You have answered it for me. If it is what you in fact do for a living, I mean, Walmart's not closing down their holiday section just because it's the year 2020. They're not. You know, everyone's still putting out holiday merchandise and Black Friday deals galore, though everything's a little different this year. There's still a bazillion Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals popping up in all of my streams. So, excuse me. So, okay. You know what? That helps. Thank you. You guys see, you're medicine and you're a sounding board, and I love you. You're so good to me. I'm a mess today. But anyway, okay, that's how I can approach that. And that's if I even get around to making, making videos about any of that, because I really don't know that I'm going to be able to get around to doing that. But the point is, prioritize. Just prioritize, because we don't know what is coming. We don't. But at the same time, when I'm saying prioritize, what is a priority for me is not going to be the same as the priority for you. For you, the priority might be that new car. And just because loony old Julie prioritizes going to Disney World over getting a new car doesn't mean that, Susie or whomever over here shouldn't go and get a new car if that is the necessary priority for her. Because to her, going to Disney World would be absolute insanity and madness right now. So it is a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing because we are all different people with different lives and different circumstances. And what one family or person needs is just not going to be the same as what someone else needs. What does my husband need? He needs to get away to the mountains and go hurtling down these crazy trails. And that helps him to recharge and put his brain in the right place to deal with all the difficulties at work. That is what does it for him. Now, we live in Utah, where if you just drive far enough one way or the other, you'll find somewhere you can do that. And I'm so grateful for that. We have like amazing national parks and things, but he does have to go a ways to get to that right now. That costs money. That all costs money. But for him, for his mental and emotional well-being and physical well-being, that is a priority. That's absolutely a priority. But he also sleeps in his car. He has his car all set up with a built-in bed and everything that he did himself, so that he's not having to pay, for hotels or anything like that. So do you see what I'm saying? What I was saying at the beginning of all this is we do have our priorities, which not everyone will agree with or understand. But even with those priorities that we are willing to spend money on, we still, even with those, try to find ways to stretch the budget and save as much money as possible. It's funny to me how, I don't know. I have like 9 million different thoughts because I've had so much time in bed, whether while I'm dreaming or somewhat awake, to be thinking about all these different things. And I'm just like bursting with ideas and stuff that I want to talk about and, get your feedback on. And at the same time, I'm starting to get really dizzy. So, unfortunately, even with all these fun ideas in my head, I really am gonna have to cut it here. I'm so sorry. But hey, we made it to like 41 minutes. I am pretty darn proud of us. I'm pretty darn proud of us. I'm so grateful for each of you that are able to stop in on the live stream or to catch us on the rebroadcast. I've got to go bust out some algebra with Olivia, and then I got to go to sleep again. I wish I didn't have to. I am so tired of sleeping. I am so tired of being in bed. But I've got things to do this weekend, and I need to get my body completely rested and healed. Hopefully by this weekend. We'll see. So that's what I'm going to go focus on. But thank you. Thank you for being my medicine today. Thank you for helping me to get out of bed and to do something. I appreciate you no end. Anyway, okay. You guys have a wonderful day. I send you all my best, and I'll see you real soon, okay? Okay.